Hello, I'm Hunter Rossi. This is iPulse Live for November 8th, 2024.
And I'm Carla Rivera Medina. The results of the 2024 presidential elections are in, and students on campus are sharing their thoughts on what the outcome means for them. The wide range of opinions highlights how the election affects everyone's lives in different ways.
I am Nicole Zayek. I went around campus post-election to see how students felt about the results.
I think it went very well. I'm very proud that Trump won. I think he's going to be a great president again over the next 4 years. Yeah.
Do you have any specific projections that you think are going to happen in the next 4-year term?
Hopefully inflation goes down a little bit and Trump makes it a lot easier for younger people to make a living out of today's life. With all the things about rent and everything going up, and it's being really hard for our generation to start a life. I hope that problem he focuses on and that gets helped a lot better.
What are your thoughts and feelings about the results of this election?
I can't say I'm happy with the results, but they are what I expected.
I'm not honestly surprised. It seemed like everything that was forecasted to happen did happen. I'm not happy and I'm not sad about it either. I'm just hoping that it brings everyone together in the end.
Dr. Robert Watson is Lynn University's Distinguished Professor of American History. We asked him what he thought about the election and the 2024 presidential electee, Donald Trump.
Never have we seen, since the Civil War maybe, seen such a threat to democracy as we're seeing with President Trump. He has said he'll be a dictator. He said he'll suspend the Constitution, perhaps. He said he would arrest his enemies and use the military to do it. He said he will end virtually every treaty that we're in. He said he wants to put to death General Milley, the former chair of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. He's made a laundry list from Mark Zuckerberg to Nancy Pelosi of people he said he wants to arrest. So it's extraordinary. We've never seen this kind of threat to the rule of law and constitutionalism, in my lifetime, if not since the Civil War. I think the worst thing that happened to the United States in the last 8 to 10 years has been the loss of civility. You and I might disagree on something, but we could sit down and have a friendly conversation, right? And that's essential for democracy. It's one of the building blocks for democratic society. We've lost decency, we've lost the truth, we've lost common decorum, and we've lost civility. So at Lynn, we've been promoting a whole array of issues and programs and events. We don't care where your politics are, as long as we're civil. And I think this is a very friendly, inclusive, welcoming campus. Yes. And I'd like to think that our efforts have done something to make that possible. So civility is even more important now than ever before. After 2020, when Trump lost, he refused to go to the inauguration, which is shocking because this country has always had a legacy of peaceful, civil transfers of power. And his supporters killed police officers and attacked the Capitol building. There's been threats of violence percolating ever since then. So we need a sense of civility. We've got to be able to sit down and agree to disagree.
On November 1st, 2024, Lynn University held their annual tradition of Founders Day, celebrating the establishment of the university in 1962. The main attractions of the event include the Great Beginnings Breakfast, the three-wheeler race, and of course, the Family Festival.
Happy Founders Day, everyone! My name is Ileana Carrillo. I'm doing, once again, another report for iPulse News. And this time, we're celebrating November 1st, and at Lynn University, this is such a special date for students and for faculty. So come with me to see all the surprises we have. Approximately 700 people attended this event, counting on students, families, and their kids. This is a day where everybody feels happy, the spirit is so amazing, and Lynn University feels proud to be a place where people enjoy and share everything and have a great experience together. For Founders Day, there are many surprises, and one of them is that we all Lynn students can get a shirt. So I am here at the Lynn store to get mine. Hi! Can I get a t-shirt, please, for Founders Day? Now I have my Lynn t-shirt. I'm gonna put it on and go have fun. Founders Day is a celebration of the day Lynn University was founded. It is also to celebrate Donald and Helen Ross, the first president of Lynn, and his wife. It has become a day of rides, food, and fun competitions like the Big Wheel Race. So I am here with
Alexander.
Alexander, how was the race? Tell me everything about it, and happy Founders Day.
Thank you. The race was actually pretty fun. I got to do it twice. It was very challenging for being the last race today. But overall, it was pretty fun. I've been doing this for the last 2 years, and I really enjoy it. It's pretty fun.
Would you do it again if you got the chance? I mean, you're a senior, you're leaving, so.
Yeah, for sure, I would do it again. No doubts about it.
That's so fun. What's your favorite part about Founders Day besides the race?
Obviously, the food, the entertainment that they have. It's always something different every year. But yeah, they just go above and beyond for Founders Day for Lynn.
We have another contestant from the race. What's your name?
Vincent Berrigan.
Vincent, tell me, how was it? Were you excited? What did you like about it?
It was pretty fun. I mean, it was just nice to get onto like the bike and just kind of just go as fast as you could. I mean, that's what I tried to do. I mean, one of the guy afterwards said I went pretty fast, and my favorite part was probably drifting the bike after I passed the finish line.
Okay, so tell me, what's your favorite part about Founders Day?
Probably just being able to like have fun and like play different games, do different things, and just kind of like hang out with friends and kind of just like have fun for a day.
What's your favorite part about Founders Day?
Well, this is actually my first time here for Founders Day, so far it's pretty good.
Okay, what about you?
I like the race. It's just that it was so hot, but I liked it.
Sounds good. What about you?
This is my first year as well, but I definitely like the ride of the bike.
Are you looking forward to the food trucks and stuff like that? They told me there's going to be a show for fireworks.
Oh, I can't wait.
What about you?
It's also my first time, but I love the energy that the school has right now. It's really good.
Yeah, we love Lynn. The energy on campus was amazing. Everybody's having fun, and right now I'm gonna go for a pretzel and of course to watch the fireworks. See you next time. Bye. As it turned out, there were no fireworks that evening, but the celebrations went on. I'm Lilian Carreon for iPulse.
Last week, President Kevin Ross gave his annual State of the University address, outlining the institution's achievements over the past year with a theatrical performance and music video you don't want to miss. Check it out. Here's Ashley Martinez.
Every year, there has been a theme to the State of the University. The theme in 2021 was Ghostbusters. This year, the theme is the movie Barbie, but Lynn style.
Campus, it's beautiful. I'm always happy to share how work life is divine.
For this year, my favorite was definitely We're Just Lynn. It took a lot of creativity trying to change lyrics, get the song recorded, everything done in-house with Lynn talent, and I think it came out fantastic.
One of the things that President Ross is most excited about is Workday.
Last month, the College of Communications and Design, Dean Cesar Santalo, launched Lynn University's inaugural All Hands on Deck art contest. The project includes skateboard decks covered in creative designs from students at Lynn, local high schools, and community programs. Reporter Allison Wallace was there.
Thursday, October 17th, Lynn University's College of Communications and Design presented the All Hands on Deck Skateboard Competition. The person who made all of this possible, the Dean of College of Communications at Lynn University, Cesar Santalo, spoke about the behind the scenes of making his idea into reality.
The reason I love Lynn University is the leadership here. They encouraged me to live on the edge. And so how many universities in less than a month would agree to take upon this kind of responsibility and to create and put up an exhibition with over 140 skateboard decks in less than a month? The fact that we're small makes us more agile. And because we're smaller, we're also able to engage with students at a more personal level.
This competition celebrates the fusion of skate culture and art, offering a platform for emerging artists to showcase their talents. I interviewed Cash, second place winner of the All Hands on Deck skateboard competition.
I used my iPad. I did it all on Procreate, and there's a feature called the symmetry feature that you just draw on one side and it automatically does it onto the other side. It's really convenient for like lazy artists or people that don't want to spend a lot of time on their stuff. Like I made it in like a couple hours, and 2 hours got me second place somehow. So I'm really happy with that.
I spoke to Brandon Novak, who judged for the All Hands on Deck skateboarding competition. Novak is a known skateboarding star and featured actor on the viral sensation Jackass.
So would you say, being a judge, how are you able to pick the winner? What made the winners stand out to you personally?
God, it's again, I talked about it in there. It was the worst job to ever be tasked with, because like I believe that each one of those pieces was so special in its own right. I just kind of went with things that like grabbed me and that my heart jumped at, and for whatever reason that like you might not agree with or they might not agree with, but like it grabbed my eye and it kind of made me stop in my tracks.
That's pretty cool. So with your background in skateboarding, what piece of advice would you want to give a beginner who hasn't really started skateboarding but wants to kind of get into it? What would you say to them?
The biggest piece of advice I could give for anyone that's entertaining the notion of becoming a skateboarder or getting into it is to just do it. Think less, do more. Don't be afraid to fall. Don't be afraid to fail. Don't be scared to try. Without my falls, without my failures, without my just breaking of so many bones and tries, I would not be the man that I am today, who's a man like full of compassion, care, love for mankind.
This event at the Brick was truly an amazing experience. Lots was learned about the various forms of art. For more news, I'm Allison Wallace for iPulse Live.
There are still 3 weeks left in hurricane season. Here's the latest weather forecast.
Hi everyone, my name is Noah Barclay with iPulse News, and I'm here to deliver you your weather for the next week. So first of all, we had a hurricane that came through, not here, it came through Cuba and it went left, and the hurricane was Hurricane Rafael. It started off as a minor tropical storm, but it quickly intensified due to the rapid intensification. Before it went through Cuba, it hit Cuba as a major hurricane, and then it went left, and this is where it stands as of right now, kind of right in the dead center of the Gulf of Mexico. And it's really unknown where it's going to go, and credit to the National Weather Service for this graphic showing this in the cone of uncertainty. It's really just kind of stuck in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico. And according to the cone of uncertainty, it's really large. So it's really not sure where it's going to go. But what we do know is over time, before it makes any threat to any other landmass, it's going to die out. So moving on to the next upcoming possible storm, where we're not sure where it's going to possibly go as time goes on. This hurricane, it doesn't have a name yet because it hasn't formed yet. This is a GFS model of it. You have it here going over right near Miami. Now, again, this is very preliminary. We don't know where this is going to go or if it's actually going to form at the strength that it's expected to according to the GFS model. but we will see as time goes on. If it does form, it is expected to come up through here, through Cuba once again, and maybe touch Florida. We'll have to wait and see. We aren't really sure yet. Again, it's too far out. This is something that we have to wait maybe a week and a half to even 2 weeks for. So moving on, we got our 7-day forecast here. Tomorrow, 84 is the high. Really not much rain expected at all on Saturday. There is a slight chance at night, but it's only 30% chance. But moving into Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, not heavy rain, but there is some light rain expected. It's not expected to really be that significant. If anything, you might get a drizzle, or it might actually not even rain at all. But there is a 30 to 40% chance of rain during these 4 days consecutively. And then once you get into Thursday and Friday, it's not expected that there's going to be any rain, maybe some partly cloudy skies. Again, I am Noah Barclay, delivering you your weather. Thank you very much. Back to you guys.
In this week's iPulse podcast episode, host Ashley Vosberg and Alana Rondinone explore the growing mental health challenges faced by college students. Tune in as they discuss coping strategies, resources, and how to support fellow students.
Hello everyone and welcome to iPulse podcast. I'm your host Ashley.
And I'm your host Alana.
And today we're going to be discussing mental health in college students. We know it can get very stressful here being in college, especially with a new environment if you're a freshman, and the changes in our everyday lives. So today we're going to discuss some questions and answers on mental health in college students. So let's start off with a question. What are some common signs of stress and anxiety that college students might overlook?
Like definitely for me, it's like when you wake up and you have bags under your eyes, like you did not get enough sleep. And that's a sign of stress to me, not getting enough sleep and having like a tired look on your face.
I agree. I get really stressed out easily with a lot of work too. The eye bags are like a physical trait that you can see whenever I'm tired, but also like in my mind, it's like scramble brained and I get really anxious when I have too many things to do, especially with school.
Me too. How can students create a healthy routine and boundaries, especially in college setting where everything is constantly happening?
I think that to get into a routine that works is kind of a struggle and hard to do sometimes with managing your time. And it's something that I always struggle with prioritizing the right things and what to do. I feel like just taking it day by day and seeing what works best for you with a routine. So also include your self-care, time to yourself, time with friends, but also a lot of time on your schoolwork and focusing on schoolwork in your future.
Yeah, I agree with that. I feel like it can get hard, especially with boundaries. I used to feel pressured sometimes with saying yes to everything and always going out, even though I had class the next day, but I really don't care to say no now, and you just have to find your voice when it comes to boundaries and stand up for yourself. If you don't want to go somewhere, you can always say no, and people understand. It's not how bad you think it is, as a freshman, saying no to things. It's not bad.
Yeah, I agree. My freshman year moving to Florida from New York, it was like a culture shock to me. It was so different because I'm from a very small town in New York. So when I moved here, I was like, oh my gosh, there's so much I have to do with my friends.
Me too.
And freshman year was definitely freshman yearing.
Yeah.
It was crazy, but
I'm from Connecticut, so
yeah.
I'm from a small town too. And our fun time in Connecticut's driving around in a car with four friends.
That was our fun time too.
And getting food, and now here it's 180. You're going here, you're dressing. I don't know, not used to it. I'm used to wearing cold, cute clothes, and now I'm wearing bikinis.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's just so much different, and coming here, like I said, it was a culture shock because there's so much to do, and there's so many new people, and I feel like you kind of prioritize that over some of your schoolwork. You're kind of trying to make friends and go to your class and try to make friends in your class.
Yeah, but Lynn is also helpful with the 1 class, 2 classes.
Yeah.
Because you're not like super overwhelmed as a freshman, especially. So it's good. There's time for everything, honestly, and time for yourself, and I don't know, but sometimes it feels like there's no time.
Yeah, I agree.
At all.
Okay. How can students support each other in mental health struggles?
I think you could just talk to your friends honestly about how you're feeling, even if they're not even from the school. I'm always in contact with my like long distance friends. I'm like, oh, we're giving each other feedback on what we think could help our personal situations we're in. So definitely reach out to your friends for mental health struggles, your family, your brothers, your sisters, things like that. Just people who you know care about you to help you with your struggles.
Yeah, I agree. I think definitely reaching out to someone and talking about it really helps. And I think a lot of the time, a lot of people are kind of scared to be vulnerable or open up about something like that because it feels like, I think a lot of people look at it as a weakness if you're not at the spot you need to be at mentally. And I think it's hard to open up to people about it. But I think once you do open up to someone about it, you open up the opportunity door to have someone step in and help you with where you're struggling at. Especially, you know, it takes a village, especially with problems in our lives. So.
And when it's time to seek professional help, how can students like take that step, you think?
On campus, we have some counselors. I know that. And I think if it just gets to a point where it's just overwhelmingly stressful and it's affecting your everyday life, I think it's time to reach out to someone. To take that step, we have some counselors on campus I know about. And also, you can see a counselor off campus as well if you feel more comfortable doing that. But we have the tools and necessities on our campus here to help you, especially during your mental health struggles.
And there's always therapists. I love mine. She's really nice, and she helps me solve my problems, but it's like me solving them.
Oh, I used to be in therapy
like,
too.
Solve them for you. You're supposed to like, they're supposed to like give you the tools to like figure it out yourself.
Yeah.
But I love that. I love it. Thank you for tuning into the iPulse podcast. I hope you learned a little bit more about mental health and how you can help yourself and help others dealing with it. And that's all for today. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
This concludes our broadcast day. Good night, and God bless America.
Alana's talents extend beyond podcasting, and now we're shifting gears to talk about her role as a social media influencer. In a world where social media shapes trends and influences lifestyles, she's been able to capture the attention of millions with her authentic approach and relatable content. Reporter Delaney Smith spoke with her.
Alana Rondinone, a 20-year-old student at Lynn University and social media influencer, saw her platform take off in popularity during the COVID-19 pandemic.
I got started with social media during COVID. I was pretty bored in my bedroom and I just wanted an outlet where I could have fun, and I started posting dance videos, and then my platform just took off from there. I keep a loyal following and engagement with my audience by replying back to comments, seeing what the people like to see, and noticing what they want to see more of.
The social media job isn't always glamorous. She faced many challenges, but persevered, using her platform to advance her singing career and serve as an ambassador for various brands.
Some of the biggest challenges I have faced are hate comments and some bullying, but obviously I try to shine light on the people that support me and my family that supports me and friends. So I don't really like to let it get to me, but sometimes it can. A moment I'm proud of is creating a song when I was in high school. It was a very exciting opportunity and very fun to create my own song, and it's called Chasing You, and it's by Alana Rondinone on all platforms, and it was just really eye-opening and a fun experience. Some of the brands I have worked with are Hey Dudes, the shoe company, Beach Bunny Swimwear, Sunbum, the sunscreen company. The list goes on and on from there, but I really enjoy working with all the brands and getting to test out their products and share them to my followers. I ensure my content being authentic by just putting out my true self and letting people just see it for what they see it as, and just being me. My long-term goals are just to spread positivity and love in the social media world and just show people what I love, and hopefully they get some insight and might take some of what I love and do it themselves or be influenced by me in any type of positive way.
Alana says the best way to become a social media influencer is to just be yourself.
Be consistent with what you post, be authentic, and be you, and people will love that and catch on to you and follow you. You can find me on TikTok at Alana.3 and Instagram at Alana Ronjanone.
I'm Delaney Smith for iPulse TV News.
Through social media, Alana has been able to generate enough income to help with her living expenses. And in more Lynn news, the Student Activities Board recently organized a Juice and Journal event where students were able to relax under the warm sunshine while enjoying a cool and refreshing drink. They also received a journal to write in. Lisette Guillen reports.
On September 14th, 2024, the Student Activities Board hosted Juice and Journal. At the event, students could get a free boba tea and a journal. There was a variety of flavors to choose from, including dragon fruit tea with lychee boba, passion fruit tea with blueberry boba, kiwi tea with strawberry boba, and many more exotic flavors. Although it was a cloudy day, it was 92 degrees.
I got the peach boba with lychee. They're really good.
It's got a really rich flavor. I like the texture of the actual boba at the bottom.
Boba tea is a cold, refreshing drink that started in the 1980s in Taiwan. Elementary school students could buy it after school after a long day of classes.
Well, if it originated from Taiwan, I feel like such a big cultural I feel like kind of it is a cultural movement, because if it became so popular and it came from a different type of culture than something that's not just Americanized, it's something new and different, to where it's then maybe other things from different cultures become so marginalized, anything really. I think that's really beautiful. I like that.
Although this Juice and Journal event helped students cool off, it also served as a deeper purpose.
Yes, we're here to have fun, have some boba, but it's also getting journals to decorate that can be used when with mental health. A lot of people, it helps to write things down in a journal and get through it that way, so I think it definitely helps with that.
Some students found that journaling helps them explore their creativity.
I journal about anything and everything, more just what's coming to mind. Maybe I have to write something down and I'm oh, this would be a good drawing idea, because I like to draw sometimes. Or when it comes to just having ideas maybe for a TikTok, and I'm this would be funny, let me write it down. So I'm I always journal about anything and everything.
The Student Activities Board hosts fun events like these every Saturday for students to relax and enjoy their free time. For more information about these activities, visit the Blueprint app. I'm Lisette Guillen for iPulse.
Following his victory in the 2024 U.S. election, Donald Trump's return to the White House has raised some concerns from environmental groups. Many fear that a second term could impact efforts to address the climate crisis. Roy Cuevas has more information on the topic.
In recent years, the frequency and intensity of hurricanes affecting Florida have increased, raising concerns about what the future will be for our ecosystems and infrastructure. The question is, what is the main cause of these hurricanes? We spoke with Dr. Wayne Law, Associate Professor here at Lynn, who specializes in ecology and wildlife conservation.
Due to climate change, we are seeing more extreme weather events. You're getting more intense rainfall, and more intense droughts. And how that relates to things like hurricanes is that we believe, or the studies are showing, there's more and more evidence that hurricanes are intensifying much more rapidly because of climate change. That warmer water just gives it more and more fuel, so they intensify much more rapidly than they've done in the past.
Florida has become a frequent target of powerful hurricanes, with each storm season appearing more intense than the last. Over the last decade, hurricanes like Irma in 2017, Michael in 2018, and more recently hurricanes like Milton and Helene have devastated entire communities, causing billions of dollars in damages and displacing thousands of families. Florida's coastal cities are particularly vulnerable. Rising sea levels, another consequence of climate change, mean that storm surges are higher and flooding is more severe. Already, cities like Miami are investing millions in flood control measures. Experts are concerned about the long-term implications for Florida's infrastructure, and residents are beginning to feel the strain.
People seeing houses floating down the river with people in them.
It's been rough just for everyone. People just afraid and, just devastated.
So technology is really important to try to combat climate change. We know that the burning of fossil fuels is probably the #1 source of carbon dioxide emissions, which is contributing to changing climates. So if we can find renewable sources and improve renewable sources of energy, it's going to be much better off to offset the amount of carbon dioxide that we're putting into the environment due to the burning of fossil fuels.
For many Floridians, the future feels uncertain. As hurricane season continues, only one thing is clear. Climate change is reshaping life in Florida, and the time to act is now. I'm Roy Cuevas reporting for iPulse Live.
And that's our broadcast for November 8th, 2024. I'm Hunter Rossi.
And I'm Carla Rivera Medina. We'll be back next week with another edition of iPulse Sports. In the meantime, stay safe, and remember, you can follow us every day on iPulseNews.com and on the iPulse site on Apple News.